Alright, what's up folks? Rich Van Tassel giving you the recap of the Thursday night game. Cowboys with the 38-14 victory over the Washington Redskins. Dallas moves to 6-6. Still a long road to go for the Cowboys to make the playoffs. Washington drops to 5-7. Almost certainly eliminated at this point. The Cowboys are almost certainly eliminated, and they won tonight and have beat the Redskins twice and have a game advantage on them to begin with. So it just shows how desperate the situation is for the Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins tonight, 26 of 37, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Samaje Perine, 12 carries, 38 yards, 3.2. Ryan Marshall, 4 of 12, 3 yards per rush. The team, 19 of 56, 2.9 yards per rush. Not enough. Ryan Grant, 5 of 76, 1 touchdown receiving. Jamison Crowder, 5 of 67. Samaje Perine, 3 of 31. Josh Doctson, 3 of 26. 1 touchdown. Cousins fumbled twice, lost 1. Jamison Crowder lost a fumble. Samaje Perine recovered a fumble. Crowder also had 1. I believe it was Crowder, if I remember correctly, had 1 bounce off his hands that led to an interception. The team had 1 sack. It was split between Preston Smith and Josh Harvey Clemens. No interceptions. Byron Marshall, 29-yard kick return. Maurice Harris, 13-yard kick return. Kendall Fuller, 12-yard kick return. Jamison Crowder, punt return for 4 yards. Nick Rose did not attempt any field goals for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 11 of 22, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Alfred Morris, 27 carries, 127 yards, 4.7 per rush, 1 touchdown. Dak Prescott, 5 of 28, 5.6. Rod Smith, 10 of 27, 2.7, 1 touchdown. Altogether, 42 of 182, 4.3 yards per rush. Dez Bryant, 5 receptions, 61 yards. Terrence Williams, 2 of 21. Cole Beasley, 2 of 14. Jason Witten, 1 of 8, and a touchdown. LP Lodesor and Malik Collins both recovered fumbles. The team had 4 sacks, 2 by DeMarcus Lawrence, 1 by Taco Charlton, 1 by David Irving. Anthony Brown and Jeff Heath both had interceptions, no kick returns. Ryan Switzer, 2 punt returns, 88 yards, 1 touchdown on an 83-yarder, so that certainly balloons the numbers a bit. Dan Bailey 1 for 1 in his field goal. Look, if you're the Cowboys, you can look at this game and be happy. Obviously, you got the win. You keep your season alive for another week. Your season's alive basically until you lose a game or you're eliminated officially. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, they really have to go 10-6. It's their only way in, and I'm almost positive 10-6 is not going to be enough. But you look in this game, they had 4 turnovers and a kick return for a touchdown, and they won by 24 points. You should win the game by 24 points when you get the ball turned over 4 times, a lot of times in the other team's end zone. I believe there was a muff punt on one of them that was recovered. They were just getting turnovers galore, and of course you're able to run the ball, you're able to control the clock when you're able to get easy scores the way they did. You look at time of possession, it's probably closer than you would expect. 32-28 for the Cowboys to 27-32. That's still a good 5 minutes, but you also got to remember the Cowboys took over in Washington territory a few times. That's going to bring your numbers down, and you can still score points in that regard. Dak Prescott was not very good. He did not turn the ball over. Look, Alfred Morris is solid. The running game has been solid enough without Ezekiel Elliott. The problem is they're just not to the point where they can dictate the tempo without Ezekiel Elliott, and that's what really is hurting them at this point. But tonight they were able to dictate tempo. Once that defense is put in compromised positions, they have trouble. Let's see if they can get healthy now. They have the extended bye. Of course, they played last Thanksgiving, and then they have the Thursday night game, as they've had the past few years now right after Thanksgiving. For the Washington Redskins, too many turnovers. Kirk Cousins was not terrible, but he had some hard luck interceptions, some fumbles as well, and of course they have not run the ball enough all season. Too much has been placed on. The defense was compromised at times. Defense, I don't think, really necessarily played that poorly. Remember, you had 7 on the Switzer punt return, and you've also had the Cowboys taking over in Washington territory. They dropped to 5-7. This team really needs to improve their running game situation. They've had offensive line injuries. That line's pretty solid when they're healthy, but certainly you would have to say they're eliminated at this point. And for the Cowboys, look, they lose a game, they're eliminated. They're probably going to get eliminated, I'd say, at some point with about 2 weeks left if they keep winning. And they probably will win these next 2 games, but we'll keep an eye on that. But the Cowboys should not take really that much from this game. They got a lot of things that bounced their way in this game, and they won by 24 points, as you should. All right, remember to stay tuned this weekend. We will give you the game picks for the rest of the games, and remember, we appreciate all subscriptions as well. Thank you.